Well guys, I managed to close out the camera app, so I'm going to be uploading 2 different videos here on accident. But I did get that bolt out. I got my cigarette, what's left of it. I'm probably going to end up going through here in a minute, cleaning this up so I can get this valve cover off here on this side. Probably that heat shield, who knows. Or I might just go through and remove this alternator. I got bolt there to undo so I get this cable off for the negative. Or ground, whatever you want to call it. Actually, it's a negative and ground. So I gotta get that off. And then I gotta unbolt the alternator, which will allow me to go through, take that belt off right there. Once I get that off, the alternator comes off, and that's a little bit more done. And then that's another car part I get to add to the collection back here. This is a lovely collection of car parts. This is what El Camino is good for. Taking off car parts, you stick them in the back. Yep. Also, I gotta take this oil to my work, and along with the oil filter, I have no clue where the fuck I put. Oh, it's up there. Doo-doo-doo. By the way, that's where my car was sitting for a while. And there's the chair I sit in when I'm bored, and I need to think. That needs to get flicked. Obviously, lost the line right there because it hits up there. Woohoo. But, I'll get back to you guys here in a little bit. I'm probably going to stop this video. This will be the last update for today. Tomorrow I'll go through and do the next update, which today my goal is before I have to go to work at 4. Water neck off and alternator off. And that's off, and the belt for the alternator. Once that's all off, that's one step forward, and possibly this valve cover. So I can have both valve covers off, alternator, belt, and water neck off. And that's one thing accomplished. My next thing will be to get this monstrosity of a fan blade off so it's out of my way. Which is literally some bolts. The thing just spins freely until the motor kicks on. So I got bolt there, bolt there, bolt there. So I got 3 here and 1 at the bottom I have to undo. Once all that's undone, this whole thing comes off, hopefully. I'm hoping that's all I need. There, I have to undo this spring. I really don't know how to take one of these off. It's trial and error for me. But that's all I should need, because looks like it just sits into some notches right there. Woohoo. But then that should come off, and that's another thing off of here, and that makes the engine bay look a little bit better at the moment, even though... What engine bay? This looks like a cart. A cart with a body. That's it. And a giant hole for airflow. Woohoo. By the way, yes, there will be no air conditioning or heat in this car. None whatsoever. By the way, I did move some of those cables out of the way. Even though it's sitting on tires, same thing with over here, but this car ain't moving. I count all this wiring is getting fed back through the firewall right here. And with this firewall, when I make this piece, I'm actually buying the wiring grommets. I'm actually going to create new wiring holes, and those are going to be plugged. So it's a little bit of a nicer setup. It's easier to work with. Because, I have wires coming through somewhere over here. I got wires coming in through down there. There was one here for where the air box was, and it was just all pain. I don't know how GM did this stuff back then. But right now, my goal is to, for today, alternator off, water neck off, possibly valve cover, and maybe the exhaust. Who knows? Maybe the fan blade. And get this oil taken to my work. But right now, that's the goal for today. By the way, there's my water pump. Yeah, it's a pretty big water pump. It gotta go. But yep, that's the goal for today. Maybe even the sway bar. But that might be tomorrow, Thursday thing. I count that I only work from noon to 7 Thursday. So, yeah. Goal is to eventually be getting this monstrosity here out. And I'm going to disassemble it Yeah, it's gonna sit on the floor somewhere in here. I might put it over here, just out of the way, and all the pieces, or somewhere back there. Who knows? Where's my lighter? But right now, goal 1, valve cover off, alternator off, belt off, possibly fan. That's what I need to do today. And in the process of doing so, that should be the majority of this shit taken off. So then I can soon, hopefully, have this motor out, along with all that stuff. And then the wiring put back through. Yay! And then that next update you guys should have, I should have probably the majority of this stuff taken off. That should be easy, and maybe the dash out. And the steering column. Because that steering column is getting torn out. I'm putting a keyless one in. Because I'm actually buying a switch panel, since this car is going to have no AC. It's just going to have a radio in here. Switch panel is going where the AC used to go. So, that's what I'm doing. It's just going to be a switch start. With a cutoff switch. Which I did buy. I don't have it out here, by the way. It's in my house on my stairs. But it's a cheapy little one. I'm probably going to put it back here somewhere. I'm going to... Oh, actually, for back here, I'm getting an actual kill switch. That one's going inside the car on the dash. That's actually going to be my kill switch that gets wired in for the battery terminals, along with one in the back that's the actual kill switch. Because the one I have is just that cheap bullshit one you get from O'Reilly's. Ain't a real cutoff switch that you need for the NHRA. The one I'm getting for the NHRA is going to be back here on the bumper. Somewhere. On the bumper. Keyword. I might actually put it off on the side somewhere, but it got to be somewhere where it's not going to get damaged. They're expensive. I just need it for passing tech with this. And then the car is going to get back halved and it's going to have a roll cage. Which is going to be fun, because when I have to put the roll cage in here. Yeah, the car came like this after I removed the roof liner. Yeah, there's majority of the wiring that got pulled out so far. There's some of it there, it came out through the firewall. I gotta feed more of it through. I got this stuff here to get through, which will involve me getting that rubber grommet through there, and then somehow taking all these clips and feeding them through. That rubber grommet's huge, so these clips will actually fit through once I get the rubber grommet through. I'm set then. But this is going to be the last transmission for today. I might update you guys when I get home from work. But for right now, that's it for today. So, peace out, guys. And remember, always follow your dreams.